What's going on, everybody? We hope you had a fantastic Memorial Day. Let's get it.
The Sportz Nuts are back.
You are now listening to the Sportz Nuts.
What is going on, my beautiful people? Welcome to yet another great episode of your favorite sports talk show, the Sportz Nuts. We hope you guys had an amazing Memorial Day weekend. Hey, let's give a special shout out to everybody who's tuning in live on 95.5 KFCE, TigerNation.live, and the other 7 radio stations we air on, as well as now the officially 47 countries we air in worldwide. We actually gained listeners in Tahiti, of all places. That's pretty cool. Hey, real quick, we do need to give a special shout out to our sponsor. That is Kalama's Cuisine. If you live in the state of Hawaii, more specifically the island of Oahu, and you have a graduation celebration coming up, corporate event or family outing, and you need somebody to cater your event, well, send me a message at Brandon Keeler on radio at gmail.com, and we will get you in touch with our good friend Bobby. That's Kalama's Cuisine. Thank you so much for being our sponsor. Oh, man, talk about a fantastic holiday weekend. My man, Matt, dude, it's always good to see you. Happy Tuesday. How was your holiday weekend there, sir? Maybe he forgot.
Ooh, man,
Do you have enough food there?
Man, I can't even say that, dude. It was rained out. I mean, it was so much rain that was just going on all weekend, man. And I think we got like 7 more days of rain here in Georgia, man. So, yeah. 2 straight weeks of rain, man. We needed it. We did need it, but
you kind of burned out, right?
Yeah, man. But man, you know me, man. I worked on that day, man. You'd be surprised how many people run up to a mall or something like that, man. But I was the only director there, so I had to deal with these crazy people, man, thinking that they were sales, but there's not really salespeople. That's what they don't tell you. There's not really salespeople. But yeah, man, just that's it, man. Just working, man, and enjoying the rain. You know, I love this weather.
Oh yeah, I mean, right now it's raining here too. Of course, it never stops raining, I feel, but we do need it, and it's nice to have it. All right, Shane, happy Tuesday, man. You had some nice food there. Do you just let me know? Do you have any leftovers, or have you eaten it all?
There's a few leftovers. Luckily with the screened-in porch and a pellet smoker, you can kind of cook outside, even though it's raining. And speaking of the rain, just thoughts and prayers go out to everybody up the road here in Edneyville.
Yep.
Back
they were on the news today.
Chimney Rock area. They 11 to 12 inches of rain. Last night and this morning.
Roads have been washed away already.
So just getting back from the recovery from Helene and having to deal with that. We need the rain, but not like that. Hopefully it'll be a slow, steady rain. One of those ones Matt likes to sit in on. But other than that, good Memorial Day weekend, extra day off of work. Got to enjoy that. spend it with family. So just ready to get into it tonight with the Doodlebugs here and Mr. Michael, and can't wait. We have a great episode lined up for you guys.
That's right. Yeah, y'all, tonight we are actually doing something a little different. We're actually keeping it local, and I'm talking about here in Easley, South Carolina. We are talking to the newest summer collegiate baseball team, the Easley Doodlebugs. I'm really excited to talk about, and shout out to our good friend Katie Kane, who is actually watching. She had made a mention, hey, did you know that Easley getting a baseball team? I was like, yep, I'm already on it, and she's excited to see you guys that they're coming. And then shout out to our other good friends, Stephanie and Dusty Neely. They are Addison's softball coaches, and they're actually tuning in too because they're excited about the Easley Doodlebugs. So as you see, we're really excited about this one. We can't wait. But after Michael leaves, we still have a lot of great sports to talk about. Guys, when I tell you we have a lot. Obviously, the Women's College World Series has been set, and we're going to talk about that one. About there's no longer going to see a juggernaut in the World Series. What? Yeah, we'll talk about that one. Shane actually has a lot of updates with regards to first how officially Kyle Busch unfortunately passed away, and then also I don't know if you guys saw this. If you didn't, you missed out on a heck of a finish on the Indianapolis 500. Shane's going to share that. Matt also is going to give us the latest updates. Matt, I want you to wait. I'm really eager to ask you, dare we have a repeat of the 1999 NBA Finals matchup between the Spurs and the Knicks? We'll talk about that in a little bit. And our good friend John from the Pitch Grid is back. John is going to talk to us because there's only 2 weeks away from World Cup talk. God, that's hard to believe. 2 weeks away. And then he's going to give us the latest update on Spygate 2.0. It's interesting. Without further ado, though, ladies and gentlemen, Michael, man, thank you so much for coming on. We absolutely appreciate it. How are you doing, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing great, guys. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course, man. Now, let's get right into it. Now, we've noticed this, and we've actually, like I told you, we had several other summer ball teams on, but the craze is really getting good, and we are excited about that one. There are some teams based all over the upstate of South Carolina, like you were talking about, and we both mentioned the fact that there is a team in Malden, there's a team in Greer, but it's starting to get the feel everywhere. Like I told you, we had a team called the Carolina Disco Turkeys on. Why do you think that summer collegiate baseball is coming to be one of the hottest commodities in sports right now?
Hey, it's baseball. I love baseball. I'm a baseball guy. It's an opportunity for college kids once they get out of their college or university, come home for the summer and play extremely high quality baseball, top tier, top level baseball at, a very cheap price, family oriented, and just, great opportunity to see some great kids, up and coming superstars here locally in Easley, and just an opportunity. We're playing at Alice Mill Park, a historic park in Easley, and it's just going to be a great atmosphere, great opportunity, and just exciting for everybody.
Absolutely. I mean, I know a lot of people can't wait for this. Shane, go ahead, man.
Oh yeah, Michael. Thanks again for joining us this evening. It really means a lot to us. I've been to a few summer collegiate games across the state of South Carolina, but one thing that's always interested me is kind of how these teams are formed. Can you kind of let us know where and how you evaluate the players to fill this team, and what are the biggest challenges that you face in doing so?
Yeah, absolutely. The governing body for our organization is called the Players League. The Players League has franchise teams. They have locally owned teams, teams that are owned by the Players League, and they formed a new expansion league called the Palmetto State League. That's the one that we have here in upstate South Carolina. That consists of 5 different teams: Lancaster, Greer, Malden, us in Easley, and then there's also a team in Orangeburg. So, the process is number one, you have to be a legitimate college athlete. You have to have a recommendation from your college coach. You submit an online evaluation form, and our coaching staff evaluates it, and then they'll be in contact with your collegiate coach and make a decision on whether we want you on our roster or not.
Oh, I like that. I absolutely. That's pretty good. I like that. Matt, go ahead, man.
Hey, Michael, like Brandon and Shane both alluded to, man, we appreciate you coming on the show, man, taking time out of your busy day and your schedule. Can you kind of give us the rundown of how you kind of got into this business, and kind of just give us like a kind of a little, that's not a long story, but like a little short story on your background and how you got to be the GM of the particular team now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even at a young age, I worked for the Greenville Braves, when the AA affiliate for the Atlanta Braves, when they were here in Greenville before they moved to Southport, and then now they're back in Georgia. So I worked in stadium operations there. I have a degree in sports administration from the University of South Carolina and down in Columbia. And after that, I transitioned into law enforcement, 26 years in law enforcement for Greenville County Sheriff's Office. During that time, a couple of kids, and coached my son, had my own travel team. And I just recently retired from the sheriff's office. And, this opportunity came up. Our commissioner, John Nestor, familiar with him and his background. And, when I saw this opportunity come up, I kind of reached out and wanted to get back into baseball and have an opportunity to get back and, on the operational end of it. My son is 19, going to be 20 this year. He played collegiate summer baseball last year in Oak Island, North Carolina, and being down there with them in Oak Island, it was just a phenomenal experience for me as a spectator, as a parent, and knowing that was coming home to Easley was a great opportunity and experience. And, I've worked really hard with our coaching staff to try to get local kids to be able to play here at home locally. We do have a couple of out-of-state kids that have host families that'll be living with them, but we've really tried to focus on having the talent that we have here locally come back home and play for the community here in Easley.
Yeah, we actually had the Columbus Clingstones actually had the general manager Pete Levin on a while back, and that was a pretty neat little adventure there to talk with him. Can you, now you've already told everybody where you're playing. Can you kind of explain what a game day experience is going to be like for those who are going to be attending? I know obviously you haven't played your first game yet, but can you let everybody know what to expect when they go to game day?
Yeah, it's going to be a close-knit experience. Alice Mill Park, like I said, is a very historic field. You can bring your lawn chairs. You can sit right up against the fence. We're going to have interaction with the players. We're going to have activities, interaction with the youth. We've scheduled a lot, working with the Easley Rec Department, trying to get the youth association out there to have interaction with the kids, just trying to make it a very community fan-based experience for everybody.
Absolutely. And, like I said, I know quite a few people who are really excited about you guys coming into the town. Shane, go ahead, man.
Oh yeah, well, Michael, as I said before, man, summer collegiate baseball is about as fun as you can get, really, whenever it's done right. And I know with this being your guys' inaugural season, kind of tell us what the challenges have been in the past couple months leading up to the start of the season that you've kind of had to overcome, and all with it kind of being that first year, and you want to make that true staple in the community, as you were saying.
Yeah, absolutely. I felt like a lot of times I was driving the train ahead of the tracks. So, it's been a work in progress since this is, not only an inaugural season for the Easley team, it's, inaugural season for an expansion league for the entire Palmetto State League. So, number one, just trying to get the word out, securing a field that we can play on, working with the rec department, negotiating our contracts, and then filling our roster with our player contracts. Also, again, just trying to get community support, dealing with, trying to partner with community leaders and everybody to get the awareness and exposure out there, and, give our players an opportunity to get out there and play, get the exposure, and see if they can play at a high level or the next level, whatever that might be for them.
Absolutely. We're talking to the general manager of your Easley Doodlebugs, the summer collegiate baseball team that is about to start up here in Easley, South Carolina. Matt, go ahead, man.
Yeah, Michael. Now we all know, like in today's sports landscape, the attention spans are they're just getting shorter and shorter and shorter. So what are some of the creative things that the Doodlebugs can do to keep fans engaged? Like, what are some of the things you guys have planned for the fans?
Well, that's still a work in progress. Our first home game is June 13th. That's a Saturday. Our first away game is June 1st. So I'm working with our operations people. We're trying to work on in between innings, different activities, just trying to make sure that we capture everybody's attention and keep them involved in the game.
not many people know this. I know what the team name is kind of centralized, and it's the train. It's the Doodle Trail, with regards to the old train track that runs through Easley. But what came about you wanting to name the team the Doodlebugs?
Yeah, absolutely. That's where it came from. The Players League and the Palmetto State League, they did a phenomenal job identifying the teams and the local networks and communities. So the Easley team is the Easley Doodlebugs, and that was named after exactly what you just said. The old Easley rail line that was a railroad in the late 1800s, early 1900s that connected Pickens to Easley. As you very well know, with advancements in technology, trains aren't used anymore. And the upstate of South Carolina was kind of founded on the textile industry. So a lot of those businesses have moved on. So they, tore up the tracks, paved it, and made a nature trail. And it's now the Doodle Trail. So to follow along with that, trying to partner with the city, we came up with a name with the Doodlebugs. And that just goes along with the network. I know the Malden team is the Malden Mayos, to go along with the Duke's Mayonnaise plant in Malden. The Greer Shifters team is adopted after the BMW manufacturing facility in Greer. So we try to really kind of have the names to have a kind of a community network and local aspect to everything that we do.
I like that, and Matt knows this too. When I lived in Atlanta, there is old train track. It starts in Marietta, Georgia, and it goes all the way to Anderson, Alabama. That's the Silver Comet Trail. It used to be the train that went all the way from Atlanta down to Anderson, Alabama, and back. And I remember many a times always wondering about the Silver Comet. And I actually rode the whole thing. Let me tell you, that's a lot of riding. I started at, I think it was the day I did it was started at 7:30, and I got home at 9:30 that night. Because it's a beautiful. Matt will tell you this too. It's a beautiful ride. You're coming through a lot of like historic marks and through the Atlanta metro area, and I love that you guys are bringing that back. And thankfully, and it's very well known here in Easley, South Carolina, the train stops always right in the middle of the heart of Easley, and it drives everybody up the wall because you have to go ways away, just past down even where the police department is. That's where you can get a chance to go across the train tracks. But I love you guys are utilizing the old with the new. Shane, go ahead, man.
Oh yeah, well, Michael, as we were talking before, with the Doodle Trail and everything, the Acosta rail line is now the Acosta Trail, and it connects Hendersonville all the way to Brevard now. So it's kind of one of those little ties that we have in there with Easley and kind of deal. But we touched on some of the things around the stadiums and fanfare, some of the players. Can you kind of tell us what the process of was creating your staff that's going to lead these young men during these summer months during a nice, fun baseball season?
Yeah, so I mean, I did work in minor league baseball, and having that kind of background, I've tried to formulate the same kind of philosophy for this team. We have a very minimal operating budget, so we utilize interns. And basically you can assign somebody to a specific position or a specific job, but realistically on game day, it's all hands on deck, and everybody pitches in, and it's a group effort, whether you're, working the tickets in the ticket booth, or, selling candy bars and concession stand, or, helping somebody in the parking lot, or, in between innings, running the dizzy bat race, or, hanging up banners, or whatever we can do to make it happen. And, I'm very fortunate. I've been able to have a lot of hands-on opportunity to sign on some really, really good interns. I've got a statistician that I'm really excited about, a social media coordinator I'm really excited about, some other people that, have really come on board with our internships. And, we are just I'm super excited about the staff that I have. My wife is going to help me, my son. So, we're super excited to bring baseball to Easley.
Absolutely, and not only do we just get that, we have the constant with the Little League World Series that comes here every year. It's nice to have an additional thing to cheer on. His name is Michael. Can you tell everybody how you say your last name, please? Magaha. He is the general manager of your Easley Doodlebugs. Michael, can you tell everybody how they can find you guys as a whole, and just quickly let everybody know again when opening day is?
Yeah, thank you. Just very simply, you can go to our website, easily-doodlebugs.com. There's ticket information, there's sponsorship information, partner information. We've signed a big partnership with the Silos. They've been very instrumental in working with us. So that's great. All of our schedule is on there. All of our tickets are digital. So you go on the website, you buy the tickets, we'll scan them at the gate. We don't have paper tickets. This is kind of the world we live in now. But also, we don't have to rip tickets and then go sweep them up after the game. Again, it's just an opportunity. Have everybody out there. Everything is online. Everything is digital. So, check us out online, easily-doodlebugs.com. First game, home game is going to be June 13th, Saturday at historic Alice Mill Park.
Nice. And I will tell you this. This actually is my editor for the website. That's Mark Livingston. He is actually going to reach out to you because what you had asked me about covering. He absolutely would enjoy to speak with you. So, but Michael, man, I appreciate you coming on. And I want you to know that Shane and I will definitely be at a lot of those games. I'm going to try and get Matt to come up there, but man, we really appreciate you and we'll talk soon. Sound good?
Yeah, sounds great, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Oh man, that was so cool. Like, come on, guys. That's awesome to talk to. I love baseball. Baseball is it's amazing. And but guys, like we said, sports is still not done yet. Shane has the latest updates with quite a few stories that happened in racing. Shane, will you let everybody know what officially was the diagnosis to why Kyle Busch died? And can you maybe let everybody know about the absolutely electric ending to the Indy 500?
Oh yeah, well, as you mentioned, we had plenty of racing this weekend with 3 races at Charlotte and the one big 500-mile race there in Indianapolis. But first, the update on Kyle Busch. Family released the official cause of death was severe pneumonia that led into sepsis. It's very tragic. But man, the NASCAR community rallied around the Busch family with stunning tributes all weekend. Even at the Indianapolis 500, I forget the driver, but actually changed his number to the number 18 for the Indianapolis 500 to honor Kyle Busch. So it definitely was great to see the community rally around the family in such a sad and tragic time. But we still had racing going on, which I believe everybody celebrated with the iconic Kyle Busch bow to the crowd after they won. We saw, Saturday night was the first racing that we got in at Charlotte with Ross Chastain winning. Then turned around Sunday morning. Lane Riggs won the truck race in a Charlotte 49ers car. Sometimes they do the special collegiate paint schemes, and it was pretty cool scheme to see out there on the track at Charlotte Motor Speedway. But then we saw a rain shortened 580 something instead of a 600-mile race. But Daniel Suarez won the Coke 600. Which was for Spire Motorsports, and Kyle Busch used to run a truck team, Kyle Busch Motorsports, and he closed his doors a few years back, and Spire Motorsports was the team that moved in there. So on the weekend of his passing, they brought the trophy back to the house that Kyle built, I guess you could say. But then, man, Sunday as well, before the 600, we had the closest finish in Indianapolis 500 history, 0.0233 seconds.
Wow.
What was the difference? Felix Rosenquist passed.
I know, right? I was glued to it. I was like, what?
Yeah. Rosenquist passed Malukas on what seemed to be the final, 50 yards before the finish line.
And it was like neck and neck too.
Yeah,
crazy.
It was, and that last late race restart, caused us to have a finish like that. And it's one that, unless we have another late race restart, I don't know if we'll see again with that many people in the hunt there at the very end to get it done. But man, what a weekend to watch racing. You had almost 1,700 miles or so of racing that you could have watched this weekend. But with the weather and everything that we had in the North Carolina, Charlotte area, that kind of dampened some of it and shortened a couple of the races. But definitely great to see. And as I can reiterate again, our thoughts and prayers go out to the Bush family in the coming days. And, when reality kind of finally sets in after such a tragic deal that they had to go through.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, real quick, there is a little girl who is absolutely screaming, "Hey, Dad," upstairs. Hey, Aspen. If you guys can also say hey to Aspen, she's literally waving as we're speaking. So, hi, baby girl. I see you. She just said, "Hey, Dad." So I love it. But yes, good to know that a lot of people did pay a lot of tribute to him. Obviously, it still sucks that he died at such a young age. I understand people saw him as the villain, but in every sport, you have to have a villain of some sort. Always. I mean, Matt knows this real quick because I heckle him all the time about LeBron James. And as you see Ben wearing that Lakers jersey, I like to heckle the Lakers all the time.
Baby. Like mama.
I have to heckle it all the time. So, but yeah, we all have that one particular villain always. And, I don't care what people say. He's still a great man. And I also want to reiterate, there are those people out there. They're knuckleheads that think it's funny that Kyle Busch passed away because they didn't care about him because they didn't like his racing. But you know what, though? He's still a human. He was still a dad to two beautiful kids. He's still a person. And you need to honor the fact that it's still a tragic moment that anytime anybody dies, it's still tragic. And for people who are going on social media, that are going on their YouTube and laughing it off that it's funny that he died, we don't need that kind of nonsense in this world. So yeah, just absolutely disrespectful. Hey, did you guys know that the Women's College World Series field is finally been set? We're actually going to see some new faces for the first time in forever. We don't see the Juggernaut. And if you guys don't know who the Juggernaut is, Shane, who is that Juggernaut in women's college softball?
Would that be the first time since 2015, 2016 that they haven't made it to their home state? Yep. A city in their home state of Oklahoma.
That's right. We're
Sooners
talking
not
about
making it.
The Boomer Sooners. They're not making it. They were actually blanketed by the Mississippi State Bulldogs. First time Mississippi State has ever been to the Women's College World Series. They won 6-0. Really excited on that one. You're talking Texas is back to this. Is their third time in a row being back there. They're going to try and defend their title. Be the second time they've ever done that. You're talking Mississippi State, UCLA is in there. Georgia is in there. Just a lot of fun quality. And what's really weird too, Ben, is, and I'm sure you probably agree to this too, they start with a field of 64, and literally within a matter of 2 days after it gets going, you're down to what? 6. Tell me how crazy that is to think you snap your fingers and basically the whole thing is done. Isn't that crazy?
It's wild. It's definitely a big change from how the men's World College World Series works, how college basketball national tournament works. I mean, basically any tournament. It's just wild. It's completely different.
Absolutely, it is. Matt, what are your thoughts on these teams? I know you don't watch a lot of softball, but what are your thoughts on the fact that you're not going to see the Juggernaut there finally? I mean, and I'm not discrediting Oklahoma. Okay, Oklahoma has been they pretty much were the staple of women's college softball. There's actually a story that was done on the news about how the reason why we are more glued to softball is because of Oklahoma. So what is your thoughts on that, Matt?
First of all, Brandon, Don't ever disrespect my name like that. I watch all sports.
Not always.
All sports. So what people don't realize, man, the absence of Oklahoma, man, changes everything. For years, teams entering the WCWS, it's like they were playing for second place because of Oklahoma's offense, confidence, and experience just overwhelmed everyone. Now I don't. This is probably one of the most even fields that you'll see. I don't think anybody really has that psychological edge that Oklahoma would have. It just feels like a really balanced field, and I think the momentum may matter more than talent in this particular pool, man. I don't know, man. I mean, I like Texas. I just think
Keegan's a great pitcher for Texas. She really is.
Yes. And I like Texas because it's like they play adult, quote unquote, adult softball. They don't beat themselves. Great defense, elite pitching, timely hitting. That formula just travels perfect for the WCWS, man. So I don't know, man. The biggest question for Texas, though, is, can the offense consistently, explode against
That's
elite pitching?
Huge one, because there have been times that they look like they're ducks out of water.
Exactly, man. And sometimes they rely heavily on, grinding games out, like 3-1 or 4-2 type games. So, they have to be a little bit more consistent. I also like Tennessee. Tennessee is probably might be the most complete team in the field, man. They got elite pitching, elite defense, SEC tested toughness. And people forget, hey, they swept Georgia. So, man, those two teams I kind of like, man, to be my.
Do you know who looks human to me, Matt?
Who?
Texas Tech. Najee Kennedy looks like a human finally. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw that game. She got absolutely, as Matt likes to say eloquently, she got mollywopped out of the game, and then of course she came back the next game, and they were still pretty down, and then Texas Tech went on this feverish comeback against Florida.
And Texas Tech showed why they're probably in the top 5 to finish it. I mean, you have to get them in there, man. I mean, unlike teams that scratch across runs, Texas Tech can bury you in 2 innings.
Oh, so that's absolute. Ask Florida; they'll be happy to tell you that.
Exactly. So it's like but sometimes with Texas Tech, the ultra aggressive offense, those type of teams that are very ultra aggressive, they cool off. And they always cool off in the worst times imaginable.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
We're gonna see what they can do. We're gonna see what they can do. But those are my top 2. I'll probably go with Texas or Tennessee is one of the ones that are probably win this one. And you can't forget about the Cinderella that nobody really wants to play, and that's Mississippi State. So
yeah,
we'll see, man. We'll see what happens, man. But but you know what happens whenever a team knocks off a big dog. They just shut it down. I mean, they just get beat down the next game because they didn't put so much into beating that particular team. So we'll see what happens.
Alabama, though.
Well, yeah, Alabama too. They're Cinderella. They're Cinderella.
Problem is Bama got a tough draw with UCLA, man.
Of course, of course, Ben would say Alabama, but
it's true. They have a very tough road ahead of them.
But Alabama, I mean, they got a real physical lineup. Man. So we'll see, man. They thrive in low scoring, high pressure games, So, if the tournament turns into a pitching war, Alabama becomes incredibly dangerous. So let's see. But my biggest thing with Alabama, man, is consistency offensively.
Yes. Sometimes I said the same thing. It's consistency.
They discipline at the plate, man, for stretches. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens.
What about you, Shane? What are you looking for?
Hold on, man.
Wait.
Don't you ever say I don't watch sports, man. Don't ever do that.
Anyways, he's a LeBron James lover. All right, Shane. What are your thoughts about this? Who are the teams you're circling as this could be the team?
Well, I'm with Matt. Tennessee as a lower seed could be dangerous. That they have elite pitching, possibly some of the best pitching that you're going to see in this College World Series field.
Does that girl still pitch that threw it like 80 miles an hour? She still pitch, or she get finally in the AUSL?
Yes. No, she's still there. And also, I believe they got a transfer from South Carolina that's there. I believe she's the one that closed out the game against Georgia. Man, when it comes to the College World Series, why Oklahoma has been so good for years is because they always hit the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And so the teams that are going to be your top 2 hitting teams, are always going to be some of the favorites, and that's going to be Texas Tech and UCLA. UCLA has a pair of batters that have over 30 home runs. One has 40.
Yep.
So
and she's only a freshman too, by the way, folks.
Well, that's the big thing about it. But you want to talk about a true underdog. Everybody's talking about Mississippi State and their first time making it to Oklahoma City. Watch out for Arkansas.
Yep.
Arkansas has just enough offensive power and steady pitching that they rely on their defense, and sometimes that can fail them, and sometimes they can not get in those run wars with higher power hitting teams. So that's definitely going to be one thing to watch. But man, if Texas Tech takes that same attitude that they left Florida with to Oklahoma City, like backs against the wall, like nobody can touch us, I think that they'll do good, and I think white chocolate will be up there in the stands cheering them on.
I like how you just catch us off guard like that. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, well, hey, his daughter Mia Williams is the one that transferred from Florida that hit the bombs and was hit 5 times for it to get testy in that series. So it was one of those things, and not to mention he was kicked out of a game one at some point. But
did you see that? Well, who was the team that didn't shake hands though? It was Florida and Texas Tech?
Florida,
yeah. Did you see that, Matt?
Oh, yeah.
They didn't shake hands at the end. They just walked away, and I'm like, wow. And all the Texas Tech players were heckling them, weren't they?
Hey man, it got beat down, man. I mean,
it just started. Yeah. You got run ruled at home in a super regional.
I know, right?
That's
you did it to yourself. You got nobody blame but yourselves. I love it.
But it's going to be an interesting time in Oklahoma City this year. What starts Thursday? So I'll be in 2:30, I believe, is first game.
Yep.
So,
I'm ready for it.
I'm in there.
I don't know if you guys can hear this. Aspen is saying, "Hey, Dada, hey, Dada." She's literally saying it right now. So that's how loud she is. She loves watching us. All right, Matt. Matt.
Yeah.
This, I really, I joked and said to Cassie, I said, wouldn't that be funny if we see a rematch of the 1999 NBA Finals? She's like, what is so significant? I said, it'd be the Spurs taking on the Knicks. It's the last time the Knicks made it to the finals. So, Matt, I would like for you to tell
27 years.
I know, that's crazy, isn't it? It still is a rematch, though, because it's two good teams. Matt, the floor is yours. Talk about this, and then I'm wanting Ben to chime in too, because look, Ben is he is biting at the bush to talk about the basketball world. So, Matt, go ahead.
I mean, look, whenever Ben wants to go toe-to-toe for basketball, I'm always here, man. I'm the ultimate statistician, man. I'm that guy that had the folder full of basketball cards and put them in order due to career averages and points per game.
You would do that, wouldn't you? I could totally see you doing that.
Oh, man. So,
and it even says whenever Matt's elsewhere, it says Matt is that.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's me, man. But nah, man, guys, yes, when we go back to that 1999 season, man, everybody knows that, for the Knicks being the 8th seed, getting to the championship. I mean, they hit so many game winners to get to where they needed to get. And I think that was that the year that, Jeff Van Gundy was on the.
Yep, that's the year
Jeff
Van Gundy held him.
Yeah,
I believe is who he did to, or Allen Anderson.
That was Alonzo Mourning. It was
Knicks versus the Heat. Knicks
versus the Heat.
Knicks versus the Heat. Yep.
That was hate. But LJ, like I said, everybody remembers the LJ 4-point play, man, to get the Knicks to the finals. It was just and of course, the Spurs made quick work. That was Tim Duncan's second year in the league.
5 games, by the way.
That was Tim Duncan's second year in the league. They were obviously just handed the reins over to Tim Duncan. They won the championship. So, got to give shout out to the Spurs. But yeah, guys, before we even talk about the Spurs, getting to the finals, they got to get to Oklahoma City. It's 2-2 right now. They got to get to OKC, and OKC top to bottom is the best team in the league, man. They have,
but you have a 7'25" freak on the other side that can
have a
literally touch the entire building.
That's true, but the OKC got the 2 bigs to throw at them, man. Which is what they've been doing with Chet Holmgren.
Was it you that said they had the WWE? No, that was Ben that said that. Ben said that they're playing like they're in the WWE. Yes,
Hartenstein is
That was. But I mean, this series was going to go 7. The Knicks are benefiting because they're going to get a lot of rest. But this series is going to go 7. It keeps going back and forth. But eventually, if it keeps going back and forth, then OKC is going to come out on top. The Spurs need to get back-to-back wins. The Spurs, it is a must-win for the Spurs, which I think they're playing tonight, right?
Best out of 3, yeah. Best out of 3 now.
So the Spurs have to win tonight. I think whoever wins tonight will end up being the one that wins the series. But either way, man, I mean, this series has been good. We're watching Victor Wembanyama, ascend into superstardom. I mean, if he hasn't been already. The kid's only 22, and he's only getting better.
He had a bad game. What, 21, 17, and 5?
Yes.
Bad game. Wow.
Yes.
Then I would love to know what everybody else is. Matt, what is your bad game? 25 points a game? Is that your bad game?
Right. There will be a time when Victor Wembanyama's frame fills out a bit, and he will understand that he's the most dominant player in the league. There will be a time that happens, but until then,
is he going to turn to Shaq size or no?
Yes. I mean,
you think he'll get as big as Shaq?
Not that big. He won't get that big. I think he'll probably fill up like in the line, good lines of morning size. He's gonna hit weights which is gonna be at the expense of his jump shot, because usually that's what goes when you beef up. But I don't think he's gonna need that jump shot.
That's right. No, he can just stand there and go bonk.
Exactly, man. So and when Victor Wembanyama finally gets it, he's gonna go on a nice 10, 11, 12 year stretch where it's just gonna gotta get through him. But until that day, OKC is the tougher team. I think OKC is going to pull it out, and then I think OKC will take care of the Knicks. I don't think the Knicks will be able to stop OKC.
The Knicks mania might. But they just blew out the team by almost 40 points the last game.
Yeah, and that's weird because the Cavaliers has everything they need to stop the Knicks, man. But I think the Cavaliers
they beat the Cavs by. Sorry. You got to stick.
No.
You're right. Seriously, go ahead, man.
They mollywopped the Cavaliers. But I think what happened that game, people remember that first game, the Cavaliers came out and they had total control of the Knicks. They had a counter punch for
the fourth quarter.
And they were up by 20-something into the fourth quarter with like 6 minutes left. And then the Knicks came back and won. So I think that right there, that the Knicks have won a series right there. Right there, the series was won. So and you got to give it. People don't give this guy credit. You got to give hats off to Mike Brown, man.
Yes.
You got to give it to him, man. Did a great job at Sacramento, who has not been back to the playoffs since he left. Great job at Sacramento with his players, man. He was
good in Cleveland.
Yeah, and LeBron was coaching that team in Cleveland. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting series, man. Right now, the Spurs have to get through the Thunder, man. So let's see what happens with this game.
All right, Ben, chime in. I want to hear your thoughts on the Eastern and Western Conference Finals.
I'm chomping at the bit, man. I don't know what I can say that hasn't already been said from Matt, our very own Matt, but also from Stephen A. Smith. The Cleveland Cavaliers, man.
Embarrassing.
I have one word to describe the Cleveland Cavaliers in this series. Lazy. Lazy.
There will be.
I have never seen a team in my life ever. I cannot remember a time. And God honest truth, I cannot. I know this is. You can say it's recency bias. Listen, I cannot remember a time that I ever saw any NBA basketball team not try on the defensive end of the floor as much as the Cavaliers did not try in this series. It was
Hawks 2 weeks ago.
Unbelievable.
The Hawks are the ones that beat the Knicks in the playoffs, though.
Yeah, but the Hawks 2 weeks ago, but the Hawks were down by 50 in the second quarter.
No, we were down by 60. Get it right, man.
My apologies.
Yeah, but they were at least trying. At least in the first couple quarters, they were. In the first couple quarters,
watch that game with the Atlanta Hawks and the Knicks.
Listen,
also, I get what you're saying, man.
That was also a first round matchup. This is the Eastern Conference Finals, man.
That is true.
Listen, I can't even count like the amount of times that I saw Jalen Brunson get a wide open layup or Mikal Bridges get a wide open three, and oh my gosh, Josh Hart. I'm not even a Cavs fan, man. But golly, the amount of wide open threes he shot, it was like a shoot around out there. It's honestly despicable that Cleveland put the performance Cleveland put on the defense at the end of the floor. And if I'm Donovan Mitchell, I don't know why he hasn't asked for a trade already. I would have demanded a trade in the locker room That man deserves a ring, and he's the only one that semi tried on the defensive end of the floor. Here's the thing: Cleveland was scoring what 108, 112, 105. Like they were scored enough to win. The problem is when on the other end of the floor, the Knicks had so many. At one point in the game 4, they had
were
a
trading back and
23-3 advantage in
Hey,
pass
hey.
rate points at the half.
Hey Ben, I want you to just.
I mean-
I got one question for you, Ben. You name me one good defensive James Harden team.
Well, I'll raise you one better. Name one single player on the Cleveland Cavaliers, and it wasn't just in Game 4. Name one single player in the Cleveland Cavaliers that's a even decent defensive basketball player. Name one.
Actually,
Besides Donovan Mitchell.
Actually, Evan Mobley was in the run for Defensive Player of the Year last year. Evan Mobley was.
Last year.
This is this year.
Last year. But
Listen,
he looked like
hole
a
in
fish
the
out of
ballpark
water
last year.
He looked like a
The
fish out of water this
performance the
year.
Cavs put on, they should be ashamed of themselves.
Oh God!
And it is unbelievable to me that Kenny Atkinson is going to stay the coach. Unbelievable. I know. Everybody's going to say, well, you took his team to the conference finals. Listen, I don't care. I don't care if he took him to the dang finals. Listen, how the Cavs played is a reflection of the coach.
Yep.
The coach, Kenny Atkinson, if you go back and watch that game, he spent more time complaining to the refs than he did talking to his team.
Yeah, I noticed that too. He was constantly chirping in their ears.
The amount of energy that you're exuding in the refs, maybe if you put even the half amount of that energy into your huddles, your team huddles, they might actually play a little harder. Just a thought.
No, look, we're all saying the referees are not they're not great, but you're right though, Ben. Stop doing this to the refs. First off, they're going to get in the refs are going to say, oh, that's this guy. He's going to do this the whole time. I'm just going to ignore him. If he says one thing, beep, call him the tech. That's exactly what they're going to do. There's too much of it. And you're right though. He really, and look, let's also look back at what Orlando did too, Ben. Orlando fired their coach because they blew the chance to go to the next round of the playoffs. They lost.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Quinn Snyder still has a job for the Atlanta Hawks.
Let me remind everybody,
70-point
the New York Knicks fired Tom Thibodeau last year, and they went to the Eastern Conference Finals. Come on, man. If Tom Thibodeau is going to get fired, then Kenny Atkinson should darn sure get fired. Kenny Atkinson is a Walmart version of Steve Kerr. That needs to go. He needs to go.
I love it.
Now, as far as the Western Conference, I know you asked about the Western Conference. That is must-see basketball. I stopped caring about the ECF after Game 3, man. I stopped caring. Now, it was despicable to watch as a fan, as a neutral fan. It was despicable.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the Thunder Spurs series, if SGA would, that was not a foul on De'Aaron Fox, by the way. But if SGA would stop foul baiting, hey, if it wasn't for the foul bait, it might be the best Western Conference,
But you can't blame
time.
You can't blame him.
At least one of them.
You can't blame SGA though. You can't blame SGA.
No, you can't. You know who's really to blame? It's a man by the name of Adam Silver.
Yep, you got two MVPs. You got 2 MVPs and possibly 2 straight consecutive NBA championships. I mean, and playing the way he does, and what the thing with Shea is, I mean, he's drawing contact. That's his game. I mean, what can you do? He's playing within the rules of the game. There's nothing that he's not doing. People forget. Remember James Harden 10 years ago with all the foul.
So I'm going to chime in on the foul thing too.
What's worse, James Harden or Shea? Who's worse? Because remember, everybody hated James Harden for a good 5-6 year stretch when he led the league in scoring. I mean, because he got to the free throw line more than anybody.
SGA's just taking advantage of the rules that he's been given.
I want to say this about the fouls too.
Blame the rule makers and blame Adam Silver.
Yes. And I even texted you guys in the group text message about the magical flagrant foul that was called for the New York Knicks and the Cleveland Cavaliers. The dude stood up and attempted to block a 3-point shot, and he got called for the 4-point play, right? So they went and reviewed it for a flagrant, and then they awarded a flagrant. I'm like, what was flagrant about? The dude stood there. And they said because he got close to him. I'm sorry, but last time I checked, you're supposed to lock down your player on defense so they don't score.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. That's the point of defense, right? So I have my theories about the referees. I think that they're the most softest And Cassie even said that it's not just NBA, it's the entire sports world that referees are
Well,
very soft now.
well,
I
Brand,
will
didn't
say,
they
last
didn't
year's
they, didn't they
playoffs, they let him
replace?
play.
But
They
didn't they
let him play
replace two
last year.
refs? No, they replaced Tony Brothers. They took Tony Brothers off of the series.
Yeah.
The ref, they got him off of the series, man, because he was giving
You
garbage
need to
calls.
have fresh, brand new, real referees that are not coached up by Adam Silver. That's what you have to do. Adam Silver, him and what he's done, especially with allowing certain players to flop left and right and not really calling it anymore. The referees, I mean, you literally just go like this and you're like, oh, that's a technical foul, flagrant foul, $50 million foul, whatever, something like that. It's just stupid. And it's obnoxious. It really is the most obnoxious thing. And that's why I say all the time, Matt, I can't wait to the day until I get that notification that LeBron James is retired, because the antics have hurt a lot of this game. They really have. I mean, you have players who are whiny babies and they get everything imaginable. I mean, you had one. I mean, heck, there was times LeBron James was throwing a temper tantrum on the daggum court for nothing. He didn't even get touched. He's, I'm bleeding. Where are you bleeding? Remember that one time he gets fouled and he goes to make sure that they saw that he was doing that. That's the kind of stuff that is getting ridiculous. We could talk about this all day, but I'm not going to.
Hey, we talked about it with the draft, but they got to stick to the script.
Script. I love it.
Ain't no script, man.
I love it. Absolutely. All right. So, as we guys mentioned, our good friend John from the Pitch Grid, he is back. I want to tell you guys, this is absolutely mind-boggling to think. We're 2 weeks away from World Cup. What? Didn't we just talk about World Cup being announced? But yeah, John, man, what's going on, brother? How are you doing, man?
Hey, guys. Good to see you. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man, absolutely. All right. So, John, what is the latest with Spygate? Give us the results. And then also, didn't you go to a soccer match this weekend?
I did, and it was a lot of fun. But first, let's talk about Spygate. Yeah, so a crazy week has happened, Brandon, in terms of Spygate. We had a photo leaked of the actual perpetrator, what happened. You can go find it on Telegraph or anywhere. Basically, if you look up Southampton Spygate, it's just a guy with a phone, not even hiding behind a tree. Brandon knows the photo. He's seen it. It's insane.
Is that real, though, is the question?
It's real. It is very real. That is the actual CCTV footage. Yeah, so basically, Telegraph came out with a post before the ruling on this, saying that basically Middlesbrough caught him trying to spy during a training session. The media members noticed him, and they just basically flanked him and caught him in the act. He tried to actually push over a staff member in the process of escaping. And yeah, so basically, the independent commission found Southampton guilty of not spying once, not twice, but at least 3 times of spying in different teams. Not only different teams, but they tried to actually disguise themselves as players from another team that Ipswich was trading at. So they literally were wearing Easley kits because Ipswich was trading at Easley's facility for the day. So they literally were trying to disguise themselves. And Southampton admitted to it. They got expelled for the playoffs. Southampton was reinstated. Middlesbrough was reinstated. And yeah, we had basically Middlesbrough versus Hull City. Plus, Southampton got docked 4 points. Now, for those who don't know what points mean in terms of soccer, 3 points is a win, 1 point is a draw, 0 is a loss. So basically, they got docked 2 games worth of points if they drew and won one. So they are going to start with -4 points at the 2026 season starts in the championship. And that's a lot, considering how games can go in the championship. So that's kind of where things stand. They appealed. They lost the appeal. Middlesbrough did not take advantage of their opportunity and lost the playoff final. So they are the first team ever to lose a semifinal and a final in the same season. So yeah, as a Middlesbrough supporter, that hurt. But yeah, so that's the latest on Spygate. I did get to go to a match though on Saturday. It was awesome. Nashville SC versus NYCFC. I loved it. Great atmosphere. People were loud. It was a great view. I did a short on it. Go check it out if you haven't seen it yet. It was so much fun.
Now, John, we're 2 weeks away. By the way, first
Yes.
off, that's hard to accept. We're 2 weeks away. Like, where has time gone? I mean, I remember you and I were just talking about this recently, and we're like, dude, where'd the time go?
Right.
But give us the first updates. So let us know who the first matches are for U.S. and then just a little bit more updates about the World Cup if you can.
Sure. So we basically had a ton of World Cup roster releases over the last couple of weeks. All the nations are setting their World Cups rosters. 2 weeks from Friday is the first USA match. They just confirmed their roster today. There are some controversial decisions in this match, and Brandon, and it's crazy. But they play Paraguay first. Now they are in a group with Paraguay, Australia, and I think it might be Bolivia. It's off the top. No, it's Turkey. It's Turkey, I think. But yeah, so they're going to be playing those three teams in a group in their group. So they'll play each team at least twice before the final standings are decided for the World Cup. Yeah. So there's a lot of injuries that have been happening, Brandon, ahead of this World Cup. We've had, I think I reported here, Patrick Agyemang, one of the main strikers for the U.S. He tore his Achilles a couple of months ago, so he's out for the World Cup. U.S. lost Chris Richards of Crystal Palace. He tore his ankle in 3 ligaments, so he's out for the World Cup. And they also lost Johnny Cardosa, who is one of their main defensive midfielders as well. So the U.S. is suffering some injuries headed into this World Cup.
Sounds like the MVP for U.S. is actually going to be the injury bug, if I'm not mistaken, with how
it could be. I think it's also going to be, Brandon, honestly, how Pochettino has set the squad up for failure. Literally, we have one defensive midfielder for the U.S. That's Tyler Adams. If he goes down, we are screwed.
Oh, that's an understatement. Absolutely. So this is crazy to think about, the fact that, anything that, what is the old saying? Anything that can and will happen does happen, kind of thing. And I mean, you're literally just you're setting yourself up for absolute failure. And I got a rule of advice for the USA national men's soccer team. Don't make fans angry. Just getting by the hair in your chinny chin chin ain't gonna be the way to do it.
Yes.
Actually try. And
yes,
it's frustrating.
I would agree with that, but also it feels like Pochettino knows he's not coming back, and he's really done some roster choices. I don't know if you kept up with the roster reveal today, but they left out Diego Luna, who is a huge fan favorite in the U.S. squad.
Why?
He was always. The excuse is going to be injury bug. It really is going to be injuries. But he's been playing 70 minutes at least for the last 8 matches or so for RSL in the MLS. And when asked about his decision to leave out Luna, Pochettino said, "We're not going to discuss players that aren't here."
Wow. Nice.
So that's all you need to know about Pochettino right now. And honestly, they left out Taylor Testman, who was thought to be a contestant for this squad, as well as Aiden Morris. Now, I might be biased here as a Middlesbrough supporter, but this guy played excellent as a EFL Championship defensive midfielder. You're telling me you can't leave one spot for Aiden Morris or Taylor Testman in the squad, who needs more defensive help? I mean, look at what we did versus Belgium, versus Portugal in the last international window. Brandon, there's just some serious questions that need to be asked of this squad, and not just for U.S., for England as well. England left off 3 players who I could not explain to you why they left those players off. Phil Foden.
It sounds like they just threw it. They just threw a dart. I've used this term a lot. It's like they just said, put a blindfold on, spin it your circle around 3 times, and just throw a dart. And that's who you're going to have as your player on your rosters. That's literally what it feels like. Absolutely.
It feels like Brandon. It feels like, honestly, these national team managers do not watch the club games like they're supposed to.
That's what it feels like. Yeah, it does. Oh my goodness. All right.
A couple of things to note before we move on.
Uh-huh.
Lionel Messi got an injury in Sunday's 6-4 win over Philadelphia.
That was a crazy score, by the way.
Yeah, right. He is expected to be back for the World Cup, according to Inter Miami, but they are keeping a close eye on it, and I would keep a close eye on that.
What is the injury that he sustained though?
They are calling it a hamstring injury, a light hamstring injury, and that he pulled his calf. They're not giving many specifics on this, Brandon, but it's just something to keep an eye on because he limped off the field during the game. So it's just something to keep an eye on, as well as Lamine Yamal, who is one of the bright young talents in soccer. He also is still trying to race back in time to be part of Spain's squad, and there's serious doubt if he'll make it. So two huge talents in the world of football might not be at this year's World Cup, which is disappointing because the World Cup is for the stars, where the best of the best come out supposedly for the entire world to watch, and two of the brightest might not be there.
Absolutely. His name is John. He is with the Pitch Grid podcast. John, let everybody know when the next episode is out and also where they can find you.
Absolutely. Our next episode, folks, we got a special episode coming up. It is the Cherry Bombs FC, USLW's newest pro team in Portland. They are a fiery bunch, and they are a radical group that has been going about things in a different way in terms of club promotion and how to build a club from scratch. So totally check it out. This will be coming out this weekend. You can find the Pitch Grid podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, all our social medias. Of course, we'll be posting clips, polls, all that. So check us out there. Follow us and give us a message if you want what content you want us to have cover next.
Absolutely. John, man, I appreciate you coming in and telling us all this information. And we'll talk soon. Sound good, brother?
Sounds good. Y'all have a good night.
All right, man. Take
All
care.
right, John.
Always good to see John. Always good to see him. He's, and I'm glad that he is able to provide us some more updates, but that's crazy that Lionel Messi is hurt. And I can tell you my nephew is not going to be happy to hear that. So we were going to do sports stories, but I'm not going to. Shane is, though. Shane, share your sports story.
Oh, yeah. Well, my sports story, Florida has passed a law called the Teddy Bridgewater Act. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signed the Teddy Bridgewater Act into effect either Friday or Saturday this past week. For those of you who missed it, Teddy Bridgewater was suspended by the Florida High School Association for providing benefits, food, some therapy, some massage
Travel.
therapy, and ride shares for some of his players when he was down in Miami coaching, leading them to a state championship. Probably if that state championship wouldn't have been there, I doubt much of this would come about. But it's a new act that's going to go into effect there in Florida that's going to allow coaches to spend up to $5,000 or $15,000 of their own money for said things such as travel, food, therapy, and all for the underprivileged youth that don't really have that opportunity to play at a higher level because they can't afford it really. So it's great to see. Of course, everything has to be reported, and that's going to be a whole other thing. But definitely very interesting to see, and depending on how this goes, could lead to other acts passed by other states and all. And see where it goes. It's kind of trickling down from college now in the high school. Definitely could be abused. Kind of like NIL funds and everything else nowadays in college. So it's definitely one of those things that they're going to have to keep a close eye on. I'm not sure the particulars on how they have to report it and what exactly is permissible, but along the lines of food, travel, and therapy so far have been allotted. So great to see that moving forward, and especially to give the underprivileged a chance at high level athletics.
Absolutely. We're definitely rooting for them in their corner. All right. Now, due to time constraints, let's go to our favorite segment. It is the Yes, it is the honorable mentions where we give you shout outs between 2 to 5 sports stories that usually the mainstream media doesn't cover enough of or just don't cover it all, but we do because it's literally in our name. My first honorable mention goes out to the WNBA for rescinding Paige Becker's technical foul for clapping. And if you guys did not see that, she literally clapped and the ref went beep. And she's like, what did I do? So I think this is really smart for them. As you guys heard us already, we've already debated about the softness of all the referees going on. But I mean, I talked about the phantom flagrant foul that was called when it shouldn't have been called. It was smart on the WNBA to rescind. Not only did it save Paige Becker's $500, which is their typical foul. Their technical foul fee, which is $500. It's completely different than in the NBA, of course. But also, she officially doesn't have any technicals, which is a start to her career. She has yet to receive a technical. So, really good on them. Smart move on them to rescind her technical. Shane, give us your first honorable mention, please.
My first honorable mention is going to go out to the Virginia Tech Hokies. In June, they're proposing to the board the creation of a nonprofit corporation called Hokie Ventures LLC. It's right along the lines with what Clemson's done recently. As a matter of fact, I believe one of the guys heading it up came from Clemson in 2024, but it's gonna be a strategic partner with the athletic department, especially after they just released their athletic improvement endowment of over almost $300 million. So it's definitely going to be kind of maximizing their existing ventures and looking to secure new ones. So it's great to see the small program in Virginia Tech stepping up big time on that side, especially for a fan.
Absolutely. I love that. Matt, give us your first honorable mention, please.
I know we kind of touched on it briefly, but I kind of want to reiterate, go back to it. And it sucks for me to have to say this, but congratulations to the Villanova Knicks for making it to the NBA Finals for the first time in about 27 years. They played hard, playing the right way. So gotta give credit to where credit is due. I'll tell everybody this, man. You don't want the Knicks to win because having the Knicks win is the equivalent of having the Dallas Cowboys win.
Oh God,
it's not the teams. It's not the teams that are unbearable.
It's the fans.
Exactly.
They will never hush.
That are unbearable. So
the Celtics winning is like the Dallas Cowboys.
Not necessarily. We can deal with the Celtics because
we can deal with the Celtics. The Knicks fans, they're obnoxious for life.
We like KG, Paul. We love those players because we watched them growing up and stuff like that. They deserve them. They deserved it. But
the Villanova Knicks.
yeah. Why watching? Guys, I don't want these Knicks to win. I'm sorry, and I could be.
You know what they're going to do now, Matt? Just because you said you don't watch them, they're going to win it. Just because you said it.
Hey,
they really were the Villanova Knicks when they still had DiVincenzo.
Exactly.
Hey. Could they do 15 in a row?
Oh my God. Ben, what is your first honorable mention, man?
Yeah, my first honorable mention is going to go out to the GOAT. And if you think he's not the GOAT, I don't know what we're talking about. He's the current GOAT in the NFL right now. A man by the name of Patrick Mahomes showed up for his first full days. He showed up in OTAs today, man.
I'm gonna mention that too.
I bet you I stole Matt.
You did. Yes, you did.
That was my next one. That was my next one.
Yeah. I was gonna say too. Oh, did you guys know this? No, but yeah. Go ahead, Ben.
Yeah,
sorry.
He showed up in OTAs today. Hey, he did have a black brace on though, so he's not 100%. But Lord knows the Chiefs need him. I think I'm gonna be the bearer of bad news here, and I know a lot of America is not going to want to hear this. I think last year's Chiefs squad was a fluke. It was a big old fluke. and I think the Chiefs win at least 10 games this year. Now the problem
I agree.
is, here's their problem. They got a real easy early game slate. They start out with Denver, and then they come out with against Indy and then Miami. I'm looking at their schedule right now, Las Vegas, and then after that it gets tough. They got the Chargers. They play the whole NFC West, which I mean Arizona will be a free win, but Seattle, LA, I mean San Fran, none of those will be easy. They play New England. Kansas City's got a tough schedule, and for that reason, I don't think they'll be like 4-loss, 3-loss team, but I definitely think that they're going to be a team to watch, man. I think they're definitely going to be back in the playoffs, and it starts with getting Pat back and having him back out there at OTAs. I know the Chiefs are able to have him all.
I agree with you, Ben. But I think the schedule works out for them because they get to warm up and they get to knock all the kinks out.
They can get Pat loose. They can get Pat loose.
Yeah. So by the time because last year, man, they got hit coming out the gate. But I think by the Eagles or something like that, man. First game of the season,
it was bam.
They got hit out the gate, man.
It's like the Atlanta Braves last year. They started 0-7. That's kind of literally how it transpired for the Chiefs. Anything that could go wrong went wrong.
The NFL took care of its cash cow and Patrick Mahomes this upcoming season. So exactly the script. The NFL took care of their boy. It took care of their boy this year. So
my second honorable mention goes out to Northwestern University women's lacrosse. They won the national championship, but the reason why I'm mentioning it is their 9th national championship. They won by a score of 14-11 over last year's national championship, the UNC Lady Tar Heels. And they got to do it on their home turf, which was really cool. And they asked if the coach could do this again, would she? And she said in a heartbeat. It was really, really special moment for them. So shout out to the Northwestern University women's lady lacrosse team for winning their 9th national championship. Dang, that's a lot of national championships. Shane, give us your next honorable mention, please.
Well, my next honorable mention is going to be an honorable mention and a dishonorable mention all at the same time. My first part, the honorable mention, is going to go out to Mercer and their baseball program on a great season. Finished with 44 wins, ranked amongst the national leaders in home runs and RPI. And the dishonorable part of this is the NCAA chose lower seeded power conference schools and left out this mid-major in a baseball tournament that could have seen this team be dangerous. So that's the dishonorable part about it. But congratulations, Mercer, on a great season. I know the snub is not feeling great, but don't put that to what you guys accomplished this season and a great season at that with 44 wins.
Absolutely. I like that. Matt, I know Ben kind of stole your lightning and your thunder with the next honorable mention, but do you have another honorable mention you'd like to share?
I do, man. This one goes out to Victor Wembanyama, but not in the way you think. Per ESPN, guys, Victor Wembanyama, 2023 Panini Prism Black basketball card.
Hey, you returned the favor. You stole mine. Return the
favor. Just sold for $5.1 million, man. $5.1 million.
Matt, what does that mean to win that, by the way, for you? Because we know you bought that. What does that mean for you?
Hey, man, if I have $5.1 million to spend, I will not be here, man. If I have $5.1 million to spend, we will have our own network, and it'll be crazy. But nah, man. So shout out to that, man. As somebody who collected basketball cards back in the day, man, still kind of do here and there, man. That's crazy. That's crazy that somebody's rookie card was up for that much. So,
Ben, shout out.
Shout out to the guy who sold that card. That's the real winner.
That's the winner right there. Absolutely. He probably paid like cheap dollars for it.
But the guy that bought the card, if you got $5 million to spend on that card, then you got plenty of money to held up somewhere.
You were not hurting.
Exactly. So, shout out to the guy that actually made the money though from the card.
I like it. Ben, give us your next honorable mention.
Me and Matt basically just swapped honorable mentions. I promise, America, we did not text each other. We did not text each other.
Hey, I'm gonna steal yours, and I'm gonna steal yours.
Yeah, I promise you. Speaking of rigged, we're talking about the NBA being rigged. I promise you it's not. I'm going to keep it in the NFL. I'm going to talk about a man by the name of Derwin James, I just stole his again, I bet.
He must have read your notes, Matt, for real.
Nah.
Derwin James
see-
becomes the highest paid safety in the league for the second time in his career. Boys, that's impressive, man. That's impressive what Derwin James does. And really, when you think about it, he's underrated. Because I mean, when you think about like best defensive players in the league, Derwin James' name doesn't really come out a whole lot. Of course, a lot of that's because of the position he plays, but a lot of that's because he plays for the LA Chargers. But man, that should not be a discreditor. I mean, what Derwin James, he's a stalwart, he's a rock. You know what you're getting on a Sunday in, Sunday out basis. I think if he's not the best safety in the league, he's definitely top 2 or 3 easily.
I like it. So my third honorable mention, I'm going to knock y'all's socks off, goes out to Gulf Shores High School. And the reason why I'm shouting them out is for 2 reasons. One, because it is in my hometown of Mobile, Alabama. 2, the real reason is
how many hometowns do you have?
I'm from Mobile, Alabama. You know that. The reason why I say this is because they just completed building the entire school for a record. You ready to hear this? This is going to blow your socks away. $137 million. It was 131, but then they added an additional $6 million to their athletic facility. You heard that right, y'all. $137 million for a high school. And it's for a grand scheme of 287,000 square foot school. Has a massive indoor athletic facility for both football, for soccer, softball, lacrosse, and baseball. And Matt, you're gonna like hearing this one. Their basketball facility is a double decker. It actually has the lower end, the middle, and the top, and then it has another level on top of that. It is humongous. $137 million for a high school. Put it to you in perspective, folks. Matt knows this very well. Buford High School spent $70 million on their football facility. That's just a football facility. Now you're talking about an entire high school. This high school is comparable, like the square footage and everything is comparable to a lot of major college institutions. So shout out to the Gulf Shores community, and I hope you enjoy paying that tax bill, because I'm sure as heck ain't paying that one. Shane, give us your third honorable mention.
Oh yeah, well, quick shout out for me, since we're mentioning places that we're from, to my alma mater, Chesterfield High School. The Lady Rams playing softball for the state championship in 2A in South Carolina. So good luck to them. But my third honorable mention is going to go out to Nick Kurtz. Yesterday, he reached base for the 48th straight game. This ties Mark McGuire's 30-year-old record for franchise history.
These are not hits, though. Are they like bases at walks and hits, or are they hits?
No. This is on base. So
okay.
He got on base 48 straight games.
Wow.
He's played in 53, by the way. So all but 5 games he's reached base. He's also currently 5th all time for players 23 or younger for games reached safely. That's with the likes of Joe DiMaggio, Stan Musial, and Ted Williams, just to name a couple that he's behind. So definitely shout out to him, and we'll see if he can keep the streak going.
I was thinking if it was his, I was like, man, Joe DiMaggio better watch out. That's what I was seriously thinking. He better watch out. All right, Matt, what is your next honorable mention, please?
Shout out to the Celtics head coach, Joe Mazzulla, winning NBA Coach of the Year. What he did when Jason Tatum was out, man. I think he got the Celtics second place in the Eastern Conference. So, shout out to Joe Mazzulla, man. I don't know if he's won it before or not, but,
I'm surprised Quinn Snyder wasn't mentioned on that list either, because of what he did.
It's a crime that JB Bickerstaff didn't get it. It's
shout out for taking Ime Udoka's team and winning Coach of the Year.
Ben, give us your next honorable mention.
It is a crime, absolute crime, that JB Bickerstaff did not get Coach of the Year. You mean to tell me he has a turnaround, it's literally 0 to hero from the Detroit Pistons to the 1 seed? Come on, man, what are we talking about?
Rick.
That listen, that made me mad, and I'm not even a Pistons fan. I got a buddy of mine that is, and he's furious. My next honorable mention is going to go to Kurt Signetti. He led the pace car at the Indy 500, so it appears that he's not just winning football games on the gridiron, ladies and gentlemen. He's also winning opportunities to start off a big race and at the Indy 500, so to speak. So, big things happening for Big Kurt, man.
Absolutely.
He's a winner, man, no doubt about it.
Just Google him. All he does is win. Just Google him. He says.
Google it.
And he's sticking with the Big Ten head coach tradition of wearing the same thing every time because he had a quarter zip on the side.
That's like Jim Harbaugh wearing his Walmart khakis. His wife even got on him, but why do you wear these things? He's like, because they're comfortable. That was perfect.
It's like, it's like Kawhi Leonard with his Honda Civic or whatever it is he drives.
And do y'all remember Kawhi Leonard's laugh? That's still the best. I loved it. My fourth and final honorable mention goes out to Athens, Georgia, and they're bringing professional indoor football back to Athens. The IFL, the Indoor Football League, is expanding to Athens, Georgia in 2027, thanks to Brian Jordan, Jerome Bettis, and David Pollock. They're going to be paying their players, and I've already told Jason about this too, Matt. They are going to be paying their players on an average between $1,800 and $2,800 a game, which would be a record for the IFL paying. Hopefully, it's a good sign for things to come. The last Arena Football League, you paid a lot of money to their players, ended up defunking. Said Georgia Force, if you remember that. So, just really excited though. The fact that the bus and Brian Jordan, everybody knows Brian Jordan played for the Atlanta Braves and the Atlanta Falcons. Played around the same time Deion Sanders did. So really cool on that one. And of course, David Pollock played for University of Georgia, broke his neck and had to end his career. He's actually a commentator now. So really cool. Shane, what's your final honorable mention?
My final honorable mention is going to go out to young 19-year-old PGA professional Blades Brown. With his tied for 14th finish this past weekend in the CJ Cup. He earned a unlimited sponsor exemption to the rest of the PGA Tour season. He shot a 4-under par to get that feat this past weekend. He's been in the conversation at a couple of tournaments early on, but was just on the Corn Ferry Tour. He's, as long as you finish
the what tour?
Corn Ferry.
Sounded like you said parfait.
That's what I thought too. That's what you said. I was like, what? I thought the same thing. Ben and you and I both heard the same thing.
Corn Ferry Tour.
Ben and I both thought you said the same thing. I was like, the what?
Yeah, but if
he likes his yogurt, man.
If he finishes in the top 20 there, he earns a card for next year on the PGA Tour. So
nice.
So he's going to be playing them both, what he said, and pretty humble for a young guy that bursts on the scene the way that he has.
Oh, absolutely. That's pretty cool. That's stellar. I like that. That's awesome. Matt, do you have another honorable mentions you'd like to share?
Oh no, we are honorable mentioned out over here.
What about you, Ben?
Yeah, my final honorable mention. I'm kind of surprised Matt never had this one. Shout out to his Yellow Jackets to the men's baseball team for beating.
I know. Why didn't you say that, Matt?
Yeah, beating the University of North Carolina.
Some things don't need to be said.
Honorable.
I will say it for him, ladies and gentlemen. Huge accomplishment for the Yellow Jackets men baseball team, man, for winning the ACC. As
getting one of the number one overall seed, weren't they?
I don't believe. Actually, I think you're right.
Yeah, they got the number one overall seed. That's Matt. That's not worthy of being mentioned.
Job's not finished.
Your Yellow Jacket card has been revoked, sir.
Hey, listen.
Job's
as a Duke fan myself, I could not be happier knowing that UNC got absolutely thromped in their home state, by the way.
Yes,
in Charlotte, North Carolina, in the ACC championship game.
I love it. Absolutely. By the way, y'all, I want to give another little reason why I'm giving this honorable mention out is because it's a dishonorable mention. Josh Jacobs, what are you doing, dude? Seriously, what are you doing?
It's alleged, though. We don't know.
Here's a word of advice for all athletes. Keep your nose clean and keep your head down. Don't bring extra attention. Did you not learn from James Pierce Jr. about keeping your hands to yourself? I mean, just saying. That was the only one I had.
Deshaun Watson.
James Pierce Jr. is a bad example because he pretty much got off with a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, no, he got away with nothing. He literally didn't get a slap on the wrist. He got like, it's okay, don't do it again.
Wander Franco got found.
Yeah, and you see Wander Franco got away with it too.
Well, he did.
Stick to the script.
He got convicted, but still got a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, he got a slap on the wrist because the mother of the young girl got like 20 years for trafficking her daughter. Yeah. And he was the worst of it. And he got nothing, basically. That literally just goes to the point. And Ben even just said it. Ben, do it again. What is the reason why he got away with it? That's right, money. So, but I want to say this, you guys.
Speaking of money, Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, did you, Johnny? Dadgummit, you were about. I was about to say, did you guys not see Johnny Manziel win his first MMA fight? And by that, I thought it was a joke at first when I watched this. I was like, is this real? But no, Johnny Manziel, he won his first ever MMA fight. So congratulations to Money Boy. So. Y'all, what a great episode this was. Always have fun talking to you guys. I want to say thank you again to Michael Magaha and of the Easley Doodlebugs. And I want to say I hope you guys all had a fantastic, of course, safe Memorial Day weekend. I hope you guys had a great time with family, with friends, and, of course, had a lot of food. And also, remember the reason for the long weekend was because they couldn't live a long life. So shout out to all those who paid the ultimate sacrifice for us. Here is the list of the upcoming episodes. We have episode 233 will be Friday the 29th. This one, Corey is getting back to me tomorrow. Corey is the VP for the Modesto Roadsters. We're going to see if it's either going to be on Friday, May 29th or Tuesday, June 2nd. But JT Snow is going to come on the show, former MLB outfielder. I'm just waiting for Corey to tell me which day works best for him. So stay tuned for that one. Episode 234 will be Tuesday, June the 2nd. Our guy Tony Gladstone comes back. And you know that if he gets the chance to talk to JT Snow, man, that's gonna be like the highlight right there. That's gonna be pretty cool. And then episode 235 will be Friday, June the 5th. Marcus Mack is back. And this time, Matt can talk to him. So we're really excited about that one. With that being said, for everybody who tuned in to the show tonight, listen to us at 95.5 KFCE and our international audience. Thank you guys. Seriously, it really does mean a lot to us. Shane, Matt, Ben, and myself all have updated our goals for subscribers, and we are predicting by the end of July, we are shooting for 12,500 subscribers. But Shane and I both have agreed to this. By the end of 2026, we would like to see either 15,000 subscribers or 20,000. You guys can help us by continuing to share us the way you do and helping us grow. Make sure you guys share these videos and tell all your friends, hey, come check out this great sports talk show in the Sportz Nuts. We greatly appreciate you guys. Ben, with that being said, would you give your final goodbyes, please, sir?
If I must. Yes. Well, once again, thank you all for everybody. Thank everybody for tuning in. It's a privilege to be able to just, provide content for y'all every Tuesday and every Friday. Just thank you for the love and support and the growth for sure. Y'all are the reason we do the show. And if it weren't for all of our supporters, we'd have no reason to do this. So thank y'all, everybody, and everybody be safe out there, and God bless.
Matt, give your final goodbyes real quick, sir.
Yes, everybody have a good day. Stay safe. Don't get flagged.
Shane, give your quick goodbyes.
Oh, yeah. Well, as always, may the good Lord bless you. Peace, love, and bacon grease.
Yes. And as I always tell you guys, peace up, A-Town down White. It's the greatest sports city there ever was.
Yeah,
This even proves it's the #1 best city in all of sports. Just got to throw it out.
Sports business.
City. Yeah.
Still a great, best sports city there ever was. You guys have a fantastic evening. We'll be back with you on Friday. Until then, enjoy this great outro, and we'll see you then. As always, goodbye.